Good morning, you two. Hope you're all safe and well. This is your Tuesday's literacy learning. So this week we are learning to write our own winter poems. Okay, so we'll have a little look at that, but let's just look at your spellings. So we're looking at suffix. Okay, what is a suffix? Quickly pause the video and turn to your grown-up and see if you can tell them or what you remember from yesterday's learning. Okay, a suffix is a group of letters that can be added to the end of a root word, which is like the main word, to slightly change its meaning. So for example, if I had walk as my root word, and if I add the suffix ing, it becomes walking. So today's spelling is the ed suffix. So let's have a look what it means. The suffix ed is added to the end of verbs, and verbs are action words like clap, jump, hop, skip, and it shows something that has already happened. So for example, I kicked the ball. Okay, something I've already done in the past. It's already done. So today what I'd like you to do as part of your spellings is underneath your learning objective for Tuesday in your literacy book, I'd like you to write the root word, which is these words here, and then I would like you to add the suffix ed to those words. Now, my first one is already done for you, so I have lick, and if I add the suffix ed, it becomes licked. Okay, I want you to have a go at writing the suffixes or adding the suffix ed to these root words. So pause the video and then when you are finished, come back and check your learning. Okay, so let's carry on then. So you can mark your work as you go along. So if you've got the correct spelling, I'd like you to give it a tick. If you've not spelt the word correctly, I'd like you to go back and I'd like you to write the correct spelling next to it or underneath where you have some space. So bang becomes banged, listen becomes listened, play becomes played, watch becomes watched, and sprint becomes sprinted. Okay, so your grammar focus for this week is apostrophes for contraction, okay? And basically it's just two words that are squeezed together and sometimes some letters are removed or taken out. An apostrophe, which looks a bit like this, like a number 9, is added to show that some letters are missing. So for example, I have here doesn't. So the two words that it's squeezed together there is does not. There, they are. We've, we have. You're, you are. Okay, what I'd like you to do today then, on just underneath your spellings that you have done, can you write me a sentence for each of these words? So for example, she doesn't like to play would be my sentence. Remember your capital letters, your finger spaces, and your full stops, and remember to focus on your letter formation. Okay, so today we're looking at expanded noun phrases. What is an expanded noun phrase? Now, normally if you were at school, you would be telling your talk partner and sharing your ideas, but can you turn to your grown-up and see if you can tell them what is an expanded noun phrase? Okay, so an expanded noun phrase is when you're describing the noun in lots of detail. So let me show you this example in my video. Okay, so goats was the noun in this example, and plump and juicy were the adjectives. So you're describing what the noun is. Okay, so here are a few examples. So my first one is the muddy blue car. Now car is the noun, and muddy and blue are the adjectives. They're describing what the car looks like. Okay, let's have a look at this one. The cute, fluffy rabbit. Rabbit is the noun, and cute and fluffy are the adjectives. Maybe you could discuss the other two at the bottom here with your grown-up. Tell them what is the noun and what are the adjectives. Okay, so your task today is to follow your plan. So when you planned your vocabulary for yesterday's lesson, you're going to use that plan to write your own winter poem. So this was my plan from yesterday, which I shared with you. So I wrote a little bit, some things about the weather, about the hot chocolate or other type of food that you want to describe. That's entirely up to you. So we had a go at doing those. So today I'm going to use my plan and I'm going to follow it to write my poem. Okay, here's my example. So normally if we were at school, we would be sharing ideas and writing one together, but I'm going to show you what my waggle is. So here's one. So I've chosen the hot chocolate one. So you can choose the red and orange group. You have four things that you've written about. You can choose 2 to write about. Yellow group, you only had 1, so that's the plan that you need to follow. And green group, you were describing the eyes. So here's the example I have for red and orange group, and yellow group, of course. So here's my example. I'll read it out to you. Sweet, steamy, hot chocolate covered with fluffy, thick cream. Soft, squidgy marshmallows melting. Licking the smooth cream. Delicious. Okay, so that's my waggle. Now I've used my plan, and of course I've added a few more of the words that I've come up with. So if you come up with some other vocabulary or other ideas, you can include those in. It doesn't matter if you've not included those on your plan, but you can do what I've done here, okay? Here's one I've done for green group now. So you're describing the ice and the snow. So I've put cold, freezing snow. White like the clouds. Snowball fight, having lots of fun. Okay, we're not expecting you to write lots and lots and lots, just a couple of lines maybe. Red and orange group 4 or 5 lines. Yellow and green group just maybe 3 or 4. Okay, so I don't want you to worry too much. So use your plan, follow whatever you've written for your plan, and then write it underneath. So you have your learning objective stuck in your book. You've got a title like mine, and it should be stuck at the top. And then you can have a go at writing your poem. Remember to use your word map that's in your learning pack. Okay, if you need help with your spelling, maybe you could ask your grown-ups. Okay, or maybe you could use a dictionary if you have one at home, okay, to help you spell the words correctly. Okay, I have one, and I would really like to see some examples of your poems. As obviously I can't see the learning that you are doing, so if you would like to send in some photos of your learning that you've been doing, I'd love to share them on the school blog. Okay, I shall hopefully see you tomorrow. Goodbye.